The first thing you fix is not the thing that looks the worst. It depends on what kind of house you bought. And almost no one stops to ask that. They walk in, the kitchen looks old, so they start with the kitchen. 6 months later, they spend the money in the wrong place. There are 3 kinds of house you can buy. Each one needs a different first move. And for 2 of them, the advice everyone gives you is the wrong advice. Search this question and you get the same answer everywhere. Structure first, then the systems, then the pretty stuff, fix the foundation, the wiring, the pipes, the things you can't see, and leave paint and tile for last. That advice is not wrong. We made a whole video on it and we'll link it here, but it's only half the answer because it treats every house like the same house, an old, tired house that needs saving. Most houses are not that. And if you fix structure first on a house with good structure, you spend your first months and your first dollars on a problem the house doesn't have. So the order is not the lesson. Reading the house is the lesson. So before you touch anything, you put your house into one of 3 types. The first type is the one everyone pictures, the real fixer-upper. An old kitchen no one has touched in years, worn floors, pipes and wiring near the end, things that are actually broken, not just old looking. If this is your house, the normal advice is right and we won't repeat it here. But here's the thing, most people think they bought this house. They actually bought one of the next 2, and that's where the money gets wasted. The second type looks done, the bonds are good, the systems work, but the whole house is wrapped in someone else's taste. We saw a house like this, the owner had made it all about them, mustard walls in every room, a painting across the kitchen ceiling, bright red tile, bold color everywhere you look. And here's the trap. It's not just personal, it's also old. That taste is from one moment in time and it's all over the house. So you're seeing 2 things at once. A style that isn't yours and a style that already feels dated. And that's a lot to take in at the front door. Now the bones are fine, so your first move flips. It's not about a structure, it's about taste. But this is where most people get it wrong. So let me slow down. Paint is like makeup. It wipes off. The mustard walls, the painted ceiling, that's one weekend and it's inexpensive. Start there. You'll feel the house change fast. But tile, stone, floors, cabinets, that's not makeup. That's a tattoo. It's under the skin, you don't wipe it off, you rip it out. And in a house like this, most of the taste lives in the tattoo, not the makeup. The red tile, the heavy bathroom, the cabinet, to make them yours, you tear out things that work perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with them, nothing but the taste. And that's enough to make you want them gone. So your first move here has 2 speeds. Paint this weekend, inexpensive. The tile in the bathrooms, that's a real project and it waits for a budget. Same size of job as a fixer-upper. The only difference is you're tearing out things that aren't broken. And hold on to this because we come back to it. The mistake in this house was not being bold. Bold is good. The mistake was putting the bold in the wrong place, in the tile, in the ceiling, in the things that get stuck. That one move is what you most want to avoid in your own home. The third type fools people the most because nothing looks wrong. It's the flip, fixed up to sale. Everything is new, beige or gray, the same tone in every room, a plain white kitchen, the same lifeless quartz on every counter, matching bathrooms, staged to look good in photos. You walk in and think, this is perfect. What would I even change? That feeling is the answer. Nothing, not yet. Nothing here is wrong, really. It's just no one's. And it's not only the color, it's the materials too. That builder quartz, the same gray floor in every room, the safe little taps and handles, they were picked to look renovated, not to mean anything. They have no life in them because life means a point of view, and a point of view might scare off a buyer. Playing it safe is still a choice. Someone picked all of it on purpose to please everyone and sell fast. And living with a flipper seller choices is just as much not yours as living with the last owner's mustard. It just doesn't feel that way because beige hides. So your first move here is almost a break. Don't touch anything, live in it, find out what you really miss before you spend. The mistake here is the itch to make it yours, to reduce something that already works just because it isn't you yet. So how do you know which house you bought? 3 questions before you touch anything. Number 1, are the systems healthy or not? Wiring, pipes, roof, foundation. This is the one part you really check, not guess. If they're failing, you might have the first house. The structure video is your next stop. Number 2, the thing I don't like, is it the structure or is it the finish? A wall in the wrong spot is a structure. A color, a tile, a counter is finish. They feel the same when it's all too much and you're standing at the front door, but they are not the same. And here is the catch. Some finish is makeup, some is a tattoo. Paint comes off easy and inexpensive. Tile and stone, you have to rip it out. And number 3, am I reacting to the color or to the room? This one saves you the most money. Paint the room in your head, and if the problem goes away, it was never the room, it was the paint. Answer those 3 and you've sorted out your own house. And your first move falls right out of the answer. Here's the part that matters long after you move in. Go back to that second house, the bold one. The real mistake wasn't the color. Bold is good, color is good. The mistake was where they put it. They put their personality into the house itself. The tile, the stone, the ceiling, the parts that stay, the parts you can't peel off. So their taste got stuck, and the next person has to tear out things that work perfectly fine just to get the taste out. But I don't want you to hear the wrong lesson here. The fix is not play it safe, go neutral, think about the buyer. That's the flip's mistake. A house with no soul, and we don't want that either. The real lesson is about where your personality goes. The hard stuff like tiles, stone, floors, the details built into the house, that works best as a backdrop. Not boring, chosen well. Good tile, good stone, good floors, good details, all speaking the same language because they're good and they agree with each other. So they last. That's the shell. That part stays with the house. Your personality goes into what you take with you. The furniture, the art, the rocks, the colors you love. There, be as bold as you want. No fear, because you're not gluing your taste to the walls. You change your mind in 3 years, you change the sofa. You don't rip out a bathroom. And when you move out, you take your personality with you in the truck and you leave good bones behind. And that's the house that goes up in value. Not because it's neutral, because the next person doesn't arrive to demolish. They arrive to set their own furniture on your good bones. You save them the tear out. That's real value. So here's the whole thing in one line. The house is the backdrop. You are the furniture. Put your soul in what moves, not in what's stuck. And the right question was never, will the buyer would like this? That fear doesn't let you leave. The right question is, does this all speak the same language? And will it still look good in 10 years? That's a design question, not a sales one. And here is where to take it next. You just saw the rule at full size. Now watch it play out on one surface, the one that's the most expensive to undo and the easiest to date of anything in your home, bathroom tile. It's the perfect test of everything we just covered. Get it wrong and it's the tattoo you must regret. Stuck on the wall, fighting every change you make for years. But get it right and it disappears into the background and lets you change your mind forever.